Now Mr. Gadget, Andrew Locke's here. This week he's going to make something cheap and cheerful, some unusual furniture, I believe. So what have you got in store for us, Andrew?
Well, Glenn, today we've got just a lot of bundles of newspaper here that I've picked up from the newsagent or your local tip there, and we're going to be making some cheap...
Let me guess, you're going to make a table, coffee table?
I think today we're going to go for an armchair, actually.
All right.
So,
miles off.
Bit of glue you'll need, and a bit of rope, and stick them all together, and I just think we'll have a little play with this thing, I think.
That's pretty dangerous to me.
So, bit of cutting.
So what do you do? Where's your starting point?
I think the best thing to do would be to get some wood glue, place it in between the papers and tie them tightly with the rope and leave it for a few days to dry. Get your block of newspaper and then cut away. So brand new lounge suite, I think, could be the thing. Cheapest thing, should cost you about
It looks good to me.
30p.
So we'll be coming back to Andrew later on in this show when he made. Andrew, why are you not working? You sat there reading the paper. Come on,
Yes,
what's happening?
Well, Glenn, appears that my gluing has been a bit too rough for the old saw here, and
Oh, good grief, no, that's broken down.
yeah. There's one good thing though. Plenty to read.
All right, so that's broken, but what could you have done it by hand then, without actually using a power tool?
I actually don't think so, Glenn. I think we need rather a big...
He's a lazy bugger and he couldn't be bothered doing it by hand.
Rather a big chainsaw. Rather a big chainsaw, I think.
So, but can this still work then, even though that's broken?
I'm confident still. I think that with a bigger tool...
Well, let's move this top section. What would you have done then?
We could be able to, as you can see here, I'd started to cut through the paper in order to make a seat there, and it just appears that the saw wasn't up to it, and
so why is that then? Is that because you've glued it all together as well, or just the saw isn't big enough? Yeah.
Bit like that. I don't actually know. I think it's because the saw's not big enough. I think a chainsaw, big chainsaw would do it, just that that thing wasn't quite up to it. But
I'm sorry to say that's just no excuse, because there's people at home, when you said you're going to make an armchair, they got all their newspapers and they're sat there waiting to actually do this. So come on, why didn't it work? Come on! If you don't tell me now, I'm going to get security and throw you out of the building.
I don't know.
I'll throw him out of the building, honest, because I'm not happy with this now. I want a chair.
I'll try harder. Maybe with a bit of a few extra bits of newspaper and...
that doesn't work for me.
Have a seat there, Glenn. It's all right. I mean,
you're not going to persuade me. Just one thing, though. Could we have not then, if you couldn't cut into it, could you have not piled other newspapers here to create an armrest?
Not an option. You could pile two piles up the side and a smaller pile up the middle. And I think that a small jigsaw or a circular saw could actually round the corners off quite nicely and would be a good thing. It's just... I'm
sorry to say, you just haven't convinced me. And what you're going to do is, I'm not going to have you in the studio again. You better just take these papers, get out on the street and sell them. Here you go. Go on. Rubbish. Rubbish. Out. Security. I want to lose this man. Out of here.